Hello and welcome to TaraCherie.org. This is Tara Cherie here with you live. And friends, it is so great to be here with you and to expand on the next series of our video content here, which last time, just to recap for a moment, we were discussing, is your time managing you, or are you actually showing it where it needs to go? And what I encourage you to do as homework were two things. One was to, first of all, if you were the praying type, to take that to prayer. If not, to meditate, to actually take the time, secondly, to print off a calendar, a schedule, or to buy a day planner, whatever that looked like for you personally, that you could take a look at your time. We encourage you to do it by the hour so that you could break down your time of your day more effectively and to see, is my schedule perfect? Is it the way I actually 100% would like for it to be, to look like? Or is there something in our schedules that we need to change, whether it's about ourselves or our daily lives? Maybe it's having more time with our family. Maybe it's being able to schedule time to achieving those goals that we set for 2015. And that brings me to the next part of our series, which is expanding on the last part of our schedule, and that is taking a look at our goals. Now, some people may have just thought in their head, oh, you know, I have an idea of what I would like to achieve, one thing I would like to accomplish in 2015. But the truth is, as our corporate trainer Danny Johnson puts it, nothing is dynamic until it first becomes 100% specific. So we need to make sure that whatever we have, that it's done with design, that it's done, and when I say that, that it's done with intent, that it's done with vision and purpose behind it. So if you have not already, I encourage you to, you can either get a dry erase board that you keep near you, that you keep your goals in front of you, something that is a roadmap. The goals are really designed to be a roadmap to your success, to challenge you, and also to hold you accountable to what it is that you wanted to achieve this year in 2015. And so the best way to do that is to take a look at your goals. And these could be monetary goals that you have, financial goals that you have. It can be personal goals that you have, goals that you have with your family. If it's something that you're wanting to free up some time with, be able to do more things that you enjoy. I mean, I'm serious. Whatever that looks like for you personally, for your family, I encourage you to go after it and to take a look at those goals. Now, just saying I want to pay off debt, for example, is not a tangible, measurable goal that we would like to see here. When I ask you to take a look at what your goals are, if it is the case that you're wanting to pay off some debt, I'm just using this as a hypothetical example. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Some people are financially completely independent and debt-free, but that doesn't mean you have to stop here. If that's you, you could actually be looking at a way to design your finances, continue to grow your incomes, and put away even more money in the bank. Or if it's you want to give more money away to charitable organizations, you want to be able to give of your time and your efforts in order to help accomplish goals for others, then maybe that's something that you want to take a look at further. It doesn't have to just be paying off debt. It could be writing paychecks for other organizations, or for purposing your money in other directions. Maybe it's investments. I mean, whatever that personally looks like for you, I encourage you to take a look at that. But for those of us that are, financially, in debt, not completely out of debt, and when I say that, I mean having your mortgage paid off, having all of your, if you do have credit cards, having credit cards paid off, all of your student loans paid off. I mean, everything paid for in full, meaning you owe no money to no one. Okay, so in taking a look at that a little bit further, let's say hypothetically and theoretically, let's say you had maybe $5,000 credit card debt, maybe $50,000 that you still owed on your mortgage. Maybe you were wanting to take a vacation to a destination of your choice, of your dreams, and you needed $10,000 in order to be able to do that. Okay, maybe your vacation costs more. Again, this is a hypothetical scenario. Then maybe for you to make it clearly defined as to what you're going after is that you want to pay off that $5,000 in credit card debt by July 2015. Okay, that's just one example. You can continue to do that with all the goals that you have for the sake of time, we're not going to go through all of these goals, but the idea was to give you some sort of idea as to what that would look like. And I want you to be that specific when addressing all of the goals that you have. It's important that you have something that's measurable. You have the fact that you have a monetary amount of $5,000 in credit card debt and the date that you're wanting to pay that off by. That is very driven. It is very specific. It is a goal that's in purpose with vision behind it in mind. You are wanting to achieve it in X amount of time. Now, it is not so important that you hit that goal completely with the nail on the head. You may, and if that's the case, then wonderful, you achieve that. But if you don't, you can only set a new timeline for that. Again, this is something that you should be taking a look at, I would say probably about every 3 months or so, just to track your progress, because this is a process. I mean, and for some people, telling your time where to go, this was never really an area that you explored. Maybe your intent and your heart was to go after it. However, distractions kept happening, things were getting in the way, life happened. And so you are having to retrain yourself to think purposefully and to show your time how it needs to work for you. And these are new skills that you are acquiring. So don't forget to give yourself grace on this. If you slip, trip, and fall, the best news is that you can get right back up. You can pick yourself right back up, start over again, and just, give it a new week. I mean, if that's the case. If you need to look at your time, you got off track, okay, that's okay. Brush yourself off, see where you can improve next week. The idea is that you continue to work on it little by little, step by step at a time. And even if it's taking a look at these goals, I mean, your goal may change from last week to this week. I mean, you never know. You may decide that maybe that was a reasonable goal. Maybe that was playing it too safe. Maybe I want to be a little bit more daring. Maybe there's other things that I want to do, so I need to rethink how I lay out my finances, and so therefore I need to reevaluate and reassess my goals. Wherever you are at with that, I guarantee you that if you keep going at it, that you keep allowing your goals to be the roadmap to where you're telling your time, and you work with the two, you are going to get better with your time, and you are going to find yourself accomplishing more of your goals. And even if this means, again, taking time out to schedule that each week, maybe you take your first or second goal that you have in mind, maybe it's 2 or 3 goals at a time, depending on what that looks like for you in your year. Okay, even if you take those 3 and you take over a series of 6 to 8 weeks, maybe it's a couple-month process, and you devote 30 to 45 minutes of your night that you were able to free up because you were able to better meal plan and you didn't have to cook meals every night, and that allowed you to spend more time with your family, and then you still found out that you had that extra 30 to 45 minutes to spare. That was time, overtime, that you worked on so that you could take that vacation in 2015, that you could sign your daughter up for that dance class that you've never had the opportunity to do, that you're wanting to do, that she so desperately is wanting to achieve this year. And I mean, how wonderful. Not only are you taking care of your own personal time, but you're able to honor your spouse, your loved ones, your children. You're able to honor them and their time commitments, and you're no longer working solo, but you are working as a team, not only to achieve your goals, but to free up your time, to have more time freedom, to have independence. And that truly, my friends, is the way to live. No longer surviving, living paycheck to paycheck, hour by hour, moment by moment, but freeing up your time so that you can truly live and have a quality of life. And that is really the direction that you want to be going. I mean, who doesn't want to figure out how to leverage their time for money? Who doesn't want that freedom in their schedule? I don't know about you, friends, but I certainly wouldn't want to live that life anymore, paycheck to paycheck. And that's what has made me so passionately, wanting to share this complete series about time with you, because I so desperately not only believe in you, but I also believe in the journey and the trek that you are going. And with that comes responsibilities, and with those responsibilities comes accountability. We are not in this alone. We are in it in order to achieve it, in order to help each other. And what would one be without the other? I mean, it wouldn't be. We're meant to edify and encourage and uplift one another. So this next series that I'm going to be breaking down for you is going to revolve around actually freeing up some more time in the kitchen, freeing up more time to spend with family. And so I encourage you that if you're wanting to learn more about can this really be done, then stay tuned for our next series. Thank you so much, and until next time, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.